Hi, I'm Michele Saumberfield, and I believe in Jesus Christ, God, and reincarnation. Today is Sunday, April 12th, 2020, and we are still in the middle of the big coronavirus or COVID-19 virus situation, pandemic. And so a lot of people couldn't go to church today, and thankfully we're living in the age of technology, so churches can actually videotape things, and we can actually see things in a variety of ways. So that's what our family did. My boyfriend and his daughter and I watched church on TV today, and it was really quite enlightening, and I want to talk about that later. I have to kind of talk fast because my computer's been shutting off my video at about 9 to 10 minutes the last few days, and I want to cover 3 different subjects. I want to talk about God, I want to talk about reincarnation, and then I want to talk about politics a little, which is something I never really talk about, but I want to talk about it today. So if somebody doesn't want to hear about that, then you can just turn off the video when I get to that point. I know everybody doesn't have the same beliefs, but I'm just going to say what I want to say. Okay. So first of all, I wanted to say it's Easter. Happy Easter. We still need to celebrate, even if we're living in scary times. I feel very badly for people who are actually, okay, I'm losing my voice, people who are actually, dealing with sickness, either because you're sick yourself, or somebody close to you who's sick, or, maybe you're a healthcare worker. Thank God for healthcare workers, right? I mean, God bless the healthcare workers. So I think it's important to celebrate. I also, my heart goes out to everybody who's struggling at this point, whether or not it be because you're just going stir crazy staying indoors, because maybe you're worried about your business, maybe you're unemployed at this time, maybe someone who's sick, or you yourself are sick. Maybe you just had something you were really looking forward to and had to cancel plans. I know a really good friend of mine died at the end of March, and her brother was only allowed to invite 4 people to her funeral. And I guess some people were upset and didn't realize that he had those restrictions because of the coronavirus. So I know that for a lot of people, things aren't going as planned. My boyfriend's daughter had planned to go to Italy this July and put a bunch of money down, and she's not even sure if she'll get all of her money back. And, I know a lot of people are affected, and my heart goes out to you. But I just wanted to make sure that Jesus and God were in the mix here. He really shouldn't be in the background. He should be in the foreground, but I had to prop him up. Usually he props us up though, right? So I got my angel here. It's probably a Christmas angel, but and I have this. This is, of course, in our dining room. We have this Last Supper picture in our dining room, and this picture here is on my side of the bedroom, the picture of Jesus. I was raised Catholic. But I did listen to a preacher today who talked about Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, and he talked about how Friday was a day of pain, Saturday was a day of confusion and heartbreak, but you have to have faith, but that's hard sometimes, and then Sunday is a day of power. And he was talking about, why there is that Saturday in between the day of pain and power, and how that's where you develop your faith and you're refined more, your sense of what do you believe in comes during the days of confusion and heartbreak. And I just thought that was interesting, and I think it's wonderful we live in a day and age where we can, in a sense, attend church even if we can't actually go to the building itself. Because church is really here and here, and, it's something you absorb the message, hopefully, and feel something in your heart, and then feel compelled to take whatever you learn and apply it to your life as well. You don't just hear words and hear a message and then, go home and have dinner. you know, I'm not a preacher, but I'm sure you all understand what I'm saying. Again, though, not to minimize what people are going through during this time, but hopefully there's a light at the end of the tunnel. And that's something else he talked about, is the light at the end of the tunnel. Now, I wanted to mix reincarnation into that and talk about how your soul is one entity. It goes from lifetime to lifetime. It is not merely attached to just one lifetime. Just like my soul is Marilyn Monroe's, but I'm not just attached to that lifetime. I have actually, during my current lifetime, fulfilled some things that previous lifetimes weren't able to. And Marilyn did too. Marilyn, got the recognition. Well, maybe not as much as she wanted during her lifetime, but she got a lot of recognition during her lifetime too. And she fulfilled some of the hopes and dreams of 2 of the lifetimes right prior to hers. And then I published a book and I fulfilled a dream of one of my lifetimes that was during the first half of the 1800s. So I'm just working this all in and saying, sometimes things don't always come in the timeline we want, but if we have faith, maybe eventually we'll be able to accomplish what we want and have our hearts, unburdened with the feeling that we, didn't get to do what we wanted to do in life. And I think about how Marilyn craved recognition, but a lot of respect. And she got a lot of respect after her death. But interestingly enough, I'm able to absorb some of that for her. Now, maybe it doesn't seem like it's the same thing as her during her own lifetime being recognized, and it isn't. But at the same time, if you look at a soul as a continuing entity and not just bound to the body and one person and one identity, then it really is a beautiful thing that during this current lifetime, I get to see, the fruition of Marilyn's impact on the world and her accomplishments, and I get to see it from a different point of view than she did. So I think that, with God, you got to have faith, and there is a light at the end of the tunnel, even in the middle of really terrible things. And the same with reincarnation. Sometimes, maybe you got to wait a lifetime or two, but, I think that there are lights at the end of the tunnel. Okay, I don't know why I'm losing my voice. Probably because I just had some bacon. I was cleaning up the dishes. My boyfriend and his daughter made an absolute mess of the kitchen, and I was quickly cleaning up the dishes, and my boyfriend said, here's some bacon for you. And I always say to him, you just give me a little bit of that so I'll have to clean up the dishes. So I just had some bacon, and now I'm losing my voice because I probably needed to drink something right afterwards. But anyway, now I wanted to talk about politics really quick. I have to say that I have not always been good and voted at every election. I've only actually voted in 2 different elections. And going into this last election for the president, I really wanted Ben Carson. I liked Ben Carson and I liked Jeb Bush. I thought they spoke really well. I thought President Trump just was arrogant. I was not planning to vote for him. I really liked Ben Carson a lot, Dr. Carson, and I actually ordered a whole bunch of stuff online, like Ben Carson coffee mugs, bumper stickers, keychains, all that stuff. And then when they finally came in the mail, he had said he was dropping out of the race. But then he started backing up Donald Trump. And I was like, oh no. I wasn't sure how I felt about either of the candidates that were going to be running, Hillary or Donald. I kept saying, where's Abraham Lincoln when you need them? I think I'm just going to write in his name. But I was aware of the fact that Dr. Carson was endorsing Donald Trump then. My dad was very pro-Trump. My boyfriend became pro-Trump after, Carson dropped out. He liked Carson too. I felt that Dr. Carson, didn't necessarily have the political savvy, but in my mind, I thought God is going to show him how to run this country, even if he's never done most of this stuff. He's a man of God, and he's good, and he just, radiates goodness, and he's going to be the leader of this country. So going to the election, I felt very torn, like, oh my God, what am I doing? I'm going to choose between the lesser of 2 evils. I really wish that we had somebody else who is going to be running. But at the same time, I felt like, well, I kind of do really want a woman to be president during my lifetime, so maybe I should vote for Hillary, even though everybody around me, my family, is saying vote for Trump. I didn't know what to do. So with my boyfriend and his daughter, I waited in line for 3 hours to vote. And I got up to, that moment, and I thought, I'm just going to write in Dr. Carson because I wanted Dr. Carson to win. And then I thought, don't waste your vote, Michele. And if Dr. Carson is endorsing President Trump, you need to vote for President Trump. You need to make your vote count. So I voted for President Trump. Then the night of the election, I was secretly hoping Hillary would win because, again, I wanted a woman to be president. And she didn't. And so there was sort of this, yay, my vote counted, and boo, the woman didn't get in. And then I watched what the Clintons did after that, and I thought they were very graceful, and I thought Hillary really seemed like a wonderful person, and I saw her speech, and I saw her and her husband doing things, and I thought that was sweet. But I have to say, I think President Trump is handling this whole COVID situation amazing, absolutely amazing, and I will vote for him again. I think that any bit of arrogance has been, gone. I think the things he says on a daily basis on TV make a lot of sense. I think the country needs to stop witch hunting and trying to destroy him. I think they're wasting taxpayers' money. I think they're showing their true colors. And I really think President Trump is the person who is supposed to be running our country and playing this important part in the world at this time during the COVID scare. So I have to say, thank you, President Trump. Thank you. And, again, I'm not really someone who wants to talk about politics, but I have to say I'm grateful he's at the head of the country right now. I think he, everything we saw on TV when we watched his television program led up to this point in time. He knows how to organize. He's very confident, but I think he's also become extremely more humble as well, and that's wonderful to see. So, again, I want to say Happy Easter. It's Sunday, April 12th. Yeah, April 12th, 2020. Catsby's here. Catsby needs Jesus in his life too, right? So I just want to say that I believe in Jesus Christ, God, and reincarnation, and I hope everybody has a wonderful day. And again, my heart goes out to you if you are dealing firsthand with the virus situation, the horrible health crisis. My heart goes out to you. God bless you. All right. Catsby, what are you doing? Silly kitty. Kitty cat. Or he doesn't know what to do. Happy Sunday. Happy Easter Sunday, everybody.